Hey guys, Chris from Southern Homesteading. Today I want to do a little bit of a review for all my budget guys out there. So I did a video on my new budget nightstand home defense pistol, and I knew that I needed a light for that, but I didn't want to spend a fortune. There's a lot of really expensive pistol lights out there. So I got on Amazon and I started looking at things and kind of read a couple of reviews, and I took a chance on one, and I've got it here. I've got it mounted up. I'm going to do some videos of it at night here when it gets dark. And I want to tell you what's in the box, what brand it is, where I paid for it, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the Amazon stuff. All right, so this is the TRICA T2 MINI. It is it mounts on a rail, like a pick rail, on most guns. Not sure what all that stuff says. Anyhow, I am going to open up the box, show you what it came with, show you what it looks like, show you how it goes on the pistol, and then we'll, like I said, we'll do some stuff. And I've actually had this for a while, and I've actually bought another one for another application that we'll talk about as well. They're very, very light. I've been pleased with it so far, but let me get this box open and I'll show you what's in there. All right, here you go. So this thing's rechargeable. So it's got a charging cable, it's got the actual light, and then it's got a, looks like it's got the Allens in it, and these are gonna be the different pieces and parts to put in there for setting with whatever rail system you've got on yours. So all of those, I don't know how many there's in there, I'll count them here in just a minute, but that's what's in the box. All right, so in the Ziploc there, it looks like there's extra screws. Those screws are all different lengths. I had forgotten that from when I put all this stuff together. I've had this thing for a while, like I said, and I didn't want to do a review on it until I'd used it for a little bit. But for all intents and purposes, I've been pretty pleased with it. It is 800 lumens. It's really, really nice and small. It's not big and heavy. I've actually gone out and shot with this thing on, and it's held up pretty well as far as helping with recoil mitigation, all that kind of stuff. It's not way in the front of the pistol down or anything like that. So it has two settings on it. It has a, let's see if this is going to blind the camera. Oh, if I can get my fingers on it. All right, so that's one, and then it turns off, and then if you hit it twice, ooh, it'll kill you. Oh my goodness, hope nobody has seizures. Anyhow, it is ambidextrous, so it has a switch on this side and a switch on this side. And like I say, it has worked very well. Man, I've had this thing probably 3 or 4 months, and I have not been able to run the battery down on it, so I just pull it off the pistol every now and again, and I'll just put the charger on it just to keep it good and charged. Charging port is right here. Woo, so you can see that. So charger port's right there. So let me put this thing on the pistol, show you what it looks like. So this is going to be a, it's not a full-size pistol, it's a subcompact. It's the SD9 2.0 that you're about to see it on. So that'll give you some reference as to how big this is, and then I'll tell you some good and bad things that I have found with this light and that pistol, which I'm sure that everybody will run into. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that's found a solution, and maybe somebody can give me some insight. But anyhow, let me get it on there. All right, just so that nobody roasts me, there's no magazine in here. I've removed the round from the chamber, and we are clear and safe. So that is the light mounted on it. Okay, so put it down. Man, look at how nice and tight that thing is. It's not out past the end of the barrel. It's not this big, crazy, bulky, heavy looking thing down there. And it has 800 lumens. Now, you're gonna see here in a little while when I'm able to do the nighttime video of this, that 800 lumens is pretty freaking bright. So I'm an electrician, and I mean, I know a lot about you know, measurements of light and everything like that, and 800 lumens from this little bitty light is pretty daggum stout. But so let's see if we can scare a dog. Just kidding, we'll aim at the, that's in the daytime. Wow. And I'm not aiming at my dog, don't roast me. All right, so you can see a little bit right there. So straight down there is my pond. Wow, there's more light right here than I thought. There's a big spotlight behind us. But anyhow, so this is what 800 lumens from this little bitty light that we're talking about looks like, okay? Look at that. That is that pistol light right there. Look at how much light. So we'll go this way. That's going out towards a pasture. That's a barn down there. I mean, this thing is pretty old tough for an old budget light, man. I'm really, really digging it. All right, a minute ago I was talking about the ins and outs, the goods and bads and all that stuff. So the good, just like I said, so it's ambidextrous, and it's not very heavy. It doesn't add a lot to the pistol, but it does help with you know, recoil mitigation, all that kind of stuff. Makes the gun just a little bit heavier, which this one doesn't have bad recoil anyway. But the bad part about it is that I have yet to find a holster that I can leave this light on and put it, you know, in a holster and carry it that way. I don't conceal carry this pistol. This is a gun that I use here around the farm. It stays on my nightstand at night. During the day it gets put up. But if I'm doing work around the farm, this is a budget pistol, so it's not expensive. So I don't mind if it gets all beat up and dirty and stuff like that. It's on my hip when I'm riding my tractor, bush hogging, dust flying and everything. For the amount of times that I've shot this gun, I've cleaned it more just because of the atmosphere that it's been in versus the use of it, as far as you know, how many rounds I've run through it. So yeah, it just gets dirty. You know, it'll look like it's 15 years old, and I'll have to get down and clean it, and it does good. But the only other thing that I did not mention about this light is it has a quick release on the side of it, and I'll probably show that to you here in just a second to show you how easy it comes off and on. That was another reason that I don't mind that there's not a holster specifically made for this, because I'm not going to use that light during the day when I'm carrying it on this farm, and I can pop it in and you know, off and on in seconds. I mean, there's no big deal to it. So it just sits on the nightstand, and that gives me a perfect opportunity to charge it during the day if it needs to be charged or whatever. So let me show you how it comes off, and then I'm going to grab the other gun and show you the other application I'm using the same light on. All right, so I'm not going to do anything different, but literally this piece right here on the side, you just take it and flip it, and there you go. Now on this side of it, it has a screw, so you can tighten that set screw right there, and that will kind of give you more or less squeeze when you flip it over. Okay, so this is where you're going to change out for your different rails and things like that. This has just got a 2-slot rail on this. I'm guessing that's just a regular old pick rail, and it's not a proprietary rail to Smith Wesson. But like I said, all of these things that come with it are all of those, and you can change them around and get it to fit. This is supposed to be a universal fit, so you can probably make just about any pistol that has a rail on it work. And then the way that this thing moves in and out, oh, let me get to flip it back open. So this thing moves in and out, so the width of the rail is something that you can work with as long as it's got a slot on it. So let me go get the other one. Y'all might laugh at me for the other one, but it's light and I like it. So let me get it and I'm gonna show it to you. Same exact light, just on a different gun. All right, so before I show you this, let me explain this. So my wife could be standing in the driveway with her pistol on her, and something crazy start happening, somebody pulling the driveway she didn't like, and she is not gonna pull that pistol. She is gonna come running inside looking for a shotgun. She is very, very, very used to shotguns and things like that. So I decided that I needed to set her up with a home defense shotgun. So that's what you're about to see. All right, so to stick with the budget-friendly theme that we always run around here. So this is in a Car Churchill 20 gauge. Remember, this is my wife we're talking about. She was not, man, look at this messy guy in his shoes over here. Anyway, she was not all that excited about a 12 gauge. So I searched out and set her up with a pump, a car, Churchill. This thing is just a little mount. This mount itself too is on Amazon. It's just a little tube mount. It's got some little inserts that slide up in there to account for different size of the magazine tubes. And then this is the same exact light. Same light. And it's not the same light. I bought two of them. But anyway, man, it's light. And when you put it out there, when you're able to slide your hand out there, oh, I can't see through the camera. But anyway, as you're holding the gun, you can still hit it just like that. It's just, it did not do anything for us when we were shooting it. It did not add any weight or anything like that. That thing has been awesome. So it just kind of stays on it. There's maybe one or two other things that I want to do to this gun for home defense. Got some extra rounds on it. It stays cruiser ready, so she just has to rack it. But other than that, that is how we added a light. I have two ARs that I have played around with putting these lights on too, and I'm not afraid of doing that. This light's like less than 40 bucks. So, you know, for anybody that's running a budget anything, this thing is perfect. I've had really good luck with it so far, and I would recommend it to anybody. So after looking at that nighttime footage as to how much that light's lighting up, that pond is probably, I don't know, 75, 100 yards from our house, from where I was standing when I was taking those videos. So, man, it just, that light covers a lot. So if you're clearing a house, if you're, you know, if you're having to take your pistol and your light outside at night looking for whatever, even if you're not using that light to acquire the target, you can have your pistol and your light pointed down and you're still going to light up a really big area. So I've been impressed. I like them. They're cheap, budget friendly, and I think that they're a great choice. They're lightweight. You know, I really like them. So anyway, there'll be some links down in the description to these items on Amazon if you want to go check them out. Appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind, go down, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.